Hey everybody, welcome to Film Freaks.
Yes, a show that works in the dark to serve the light.
I am Jesse Galan,
And I am Avi Flores.
and today we have a creed to tell you guys.
An Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Alright, so yes, Assassin's Creed, Mr. Fassbender gave us his adaptation, his rendering of Assassin's Creed. I've never played any of the games. I don't really know much about this, so I kind of really went in there just kind of as a newbie. So I really didn't know what to expect, but I was going in there with moderate to high hopes on what he was going to give us.
Yeah, well, I've been an avid player of the Ubisoft Assassin's Creed from the very beginning and up to the first PlayStation 4 rendition of the series, and that's where I cut it off for me.
Right.
So I had a lot of knowledge of what story-wise and kind of what to expect for this
Right.
film, or at least what I should be expecting out of this film.
Mm-hmm.
And so I walked in there and with extremely high hopes, especially because in one of our previous videos we discussed about how Warcraft and Assassin's Creed were going to be the two video game film adaptations that should propel the video game genre in film, and whether they're successful or not will determine the future for other.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
gaming.
absolutely. So, I mean, right off the bat, I really liked the film. I didn't love it, and I had a lot of issues with the story myself. But I did like the film. And again, just kind of like Warcraft, I think it's doing enough to push this genre forward. Like I had stated in a previous video, I do think that Warcraft was the one to kind of draw the line in the sand, saying like moving forward we are going to get a different quality of film, and I think Assassin's Creed did do that again. Where both of the films weren't perfect, and we'll get into Assassin's Creed now, but I think that they have done enough that moving forward they can just continue to get better and better, because they've already, just Warcraft and Assassin's Creed alone, have definitely separated themselves from a lot of the craptacular video game films that we've been getting
Yes.
for the past decades. So yeah, let's get into it. Which one should we start off with?
Let's start off with story right off the bat.
Okay.
I mean, personally for me, I struggled a little bit with the story.
Mhm.
I felt like it was too fast paced. I felt like the character development wasn't really there,
Right.
and just kind of left me like, okay, I understand what's going on story wise because of the video game,
Right.
but I was trying to separate that. I wanted that to be very separate
Right.
because I experienced it with Star Wars, last week or earlier this week, where I'm not a huge fan where I can say I know everything about Star Wars, but then I felt little lost because I didn't know what little, while everybody in the audience are going crazy about certain environments and things of that nature, and some of the like little Easter eggs that they were getting, I was lost, and I felt like I didn't, get to experience what all the fans were experiencing.
Mhm.
So in that token, I think about people like you who didn't get to play the video games or probably don't care to play the video games, walking in here and seeing the story, and you're like, huh?
Yeah, yeah. They definitely. I definitely feel the same about the whole rush factor. I do feel like they wanted to hurry up and get into the Animus so they could get to his previous life as Aguilar. Like it just, let's hurry up, let's get him. And she even said it like, I really don't like to work this way. And Fassbender's like, well then don't. But sorry, we need to hurry up and move this story along. So it's like, let's hurry up, get him plugged in, and her father was so adamant about let's get him back in there, let's put him back in there, and I just don't feel like his character as Lynch progressing to the point where him and Aguilar become one, like it was just so like let's hurry up and get to that point, let's move the story along, and I just felt like there were so many questions that I had in my head or things that were rolling around as I was watching the movie, stuff that they just completely brushed over, like having a whole facility full of people for no reason. If this isn't a prison, then why are they here? Why aren't they leaving? Like, they serve their purpose. Why are they there? Like, I don't understand that, and why such a huge facility. I mean, to me, this is something that you could do like almost underground in some private little facility.
You
You
would
know what I mean?
you would want to, because you want to avoid other assassins.
Yeah.
Which they didn't explain if there were still a lot of assassins around,
Right, they didn't
or
even
not.
touch that either.
Which did they create the new sets of assassins?
Right.
The people, the supporting cast,
Right.
were they, you know, were they the assassins prior to getting captured,
Yeah.
or like there were so many questions left, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah, the Animus itself was pretty cool. Like, I love how it plugged into them, and then the lighting, and how it kind of fragmented and you could see what was going on. Like, I thought all that stuff was cool. I loved the Spanish era, like when they weren't going in there, everybody speaking that Spaniard Spanish, and just the setting and being in that world. Like, it was really cool seeing that. So I thought that was awesome. I think they delivered really cool on those kind of things. But the story just overall to me was just like, God, man, there's so many questions, and what about this and what about that, and they just kind of really rushed that thing. So that to me was the biggest problem of this film, and I wish they would have devoted more time to developing Lynch himself and Aguilar, and just diving more into the Creed itself and what is left of it, if there is any, and stuff. Just all those kind of things that they could have really touched more on, and even
Or create a full
Yeah,
create
no,
a full basis
For real.
of the assassins.
Yeah.
Because they talked so much about the Templars, the Templars, the Templars.
yeah.
How about the assassins?
Yeah.
Like what put them together? You know, like where are they now? And there's
Yeah.
so much Templars, and I'm like, okay, so how about the other side? What's going on?
Yeah, and to that, like, they had some of those assassins within that facility that were trying to kind of coordinate together, and they weren't sure if they could trust Lynch or if he was really gonna lead them to the apple, or, you know, was he gonna come to fruition like he did and sync with Aguilar. Like, they could have even dove into them and stuff like that, just setting up more stuff about the Creed and all that. But like I said, they just really rushed the story, and so I mean, for that, I give it a 2, because yeah, I just left with more questions than really knowing what was going on with the story. So that's why I give it a 2.
I agree. I think 2 is the best that we can do for this for the story aspect.
Yeah.
You know, me being such a big fan of the first set of the series in the video games and understanding a lot of it already coming into the film, I still walked out with some questions and just like, okay, was this supposed to be an extension of the video games? Then, and if it was, then you're doing a disservice to people who haven't played the game, or older, you know, the older audiences who don't care about video games. So what are you gonna, you know, it wasn't properly done.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, story is what kind of drives the movie, and they just kind of were a little all over the place in that. So then moving on to the people that are involved in this story, the performances. Yes. I really liked. I enjoyed a lot of that. I really can't complain. I mean, you have Jeremy Irons and Michael Fassbender, and I forget the girl's name, but you have them. The main 3. They did a fantastic job, and even in the Spanish era, when they go back there, and all those people that they had. I think they did a great job. I have no issues with the performances. I think they did good, and it was believable, and I was locked into them. So.
Yeah, believable too. No complaints. You know, even Fassbender's Spanish at some points, you know, it sounded just
a little off.
You know, equal to what they were, you know, to the others. And there were moments where it was so mumbly I couldn't even understand what he was saying. I thought I was like, you know, kind of a thing. So it was like, all right, I mean, that's cool, whatever. You know, it's not a big thing. I'm not gonna get all pissy about it, but you know, overall, I thought it was great performances.
They did good, so I give them a 3. You know, they did a good job, good 3, and you know, I can't complain.
Yeah, same here, 3.
Right on. So then finally we have the visuals here, which, like I said, like the whole Animus thing, the arm, a lot of the stuff that they did, going back into the Spanish era, like the eagle flying, a lot of the choreography and the parkour, if you will, of the movie, the fight sequences, all the visuals that I got from there, I really loved it. To me, that was the strongest point of this movie was what I was seeing and how they brought it together, and I thought it was beautiful looking. So I give it a 4.
Four, yeah. I struggled a little bit with this, and again, I don't know. Like we were discussing this after the movie. I'm not sure if it was the visuals for me, or maybe it was the glasses because we did see it in 3D.
Right.
So I don't know if it was I was struggling with that. I tend to see it. It's harder for me to see 3D. So maybe it was the 3D, but I felt like it was some moments were a little too blurry.
Right.
A little bit of the shaky cam, which I hate shaky cam. I felt like they should have separated the cuts in between from the present to the past, because it established that already. Okay, we understand that the animus, because I do like that versus the video game where you're laying down in almost like a Matrix style version where they plug you in. This one, you're animated, so you're not only getting the DNA and the memories and the abilities, but it's also giving you the chance to feel that, so it almost becomes natural. So that to me made sense. And you established that very good at the very beginning. The final sequences, I felt like they should just got rid of the present and kept the past, because it was already established and the choreograph was beautiful. Why not give me wide shots and just keep it fluid? I mean, it wasn't bad. It didn't take away, but for me personally, because I was again hypercritical, I noticed those things and I felt like it probably would have been better.
Right. Yeah. Right on.
So with that, I'm struggling, but I'm gonna go with a 2.
Okay. All right on. So I gave it a 3, a 2, and a 4. Yeah. 3 story. No. 2 story.
Well, he thinks about it. I got a 7.
5. 4. So I give it a 9. Yeah, a 9 out of 9 being a good film. I'm right on par with it being good.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of interested to see where they'll take it from here. I mean, we still have yet to see. We have all Wednesday through Sunday to see how the box office comes. I mean, if it's a flop and it doesn't make money, you can write off any sequel or trilogy that they were thinking. But I like where they left it with bringing it into present day. There's 3 assassins left, or I don't know, left or whatever. Like, that's what we have. And what are they going to do from here? They have the egg. The apple. It looked like an egg. They have the apple of Eden, and they killed her dad. And I don't know if she's pissed about it.
Yeah, she looked like she's like taking
going
the place
on or what. Well, it'll be interesting to see where they move forward. But first, we'll see how the box office comes. So
yeah. So let's see. And I would like to see a sequel. I know, like coming from the video game side, the first one was great for what it was, but it was extremely repetitious, and there was a lot of lacking. So I'm hoping, if they do allow us, green light the sequel, hopefully they fix those. Because I would rather see a 2-hour film, or a 2.5 or even a 3-hour film of the assassins, so they can flesh out the story very good, do the character development like they're supposed to.
Right.
Than having a 90-minute film and just boom, 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 and that, okay, it's over. I'm like, wait, what the hell just happened?
Right. Yeah. So that's what we thought of the movie. I mean, I liked it a little more than Jesse did, and I mean, we'll see where it goes and how much money it makes. So
Warcraft is still better. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching our episode.
Yeah. If you liked our video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
And if you didn't, you can double click on the thumbs down. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and like.
Right on. And check us out on our other social media outlets at Instagram and Twitter. And please tweet us at FF Media News.
Or you can engage with us through our email at ffmedianews@gmail.com.
All right. Thanks, guys.